Hello everyone, my name is PauLInstaMyooin. We're back with another edition of Pokemon Y Shiny Hunting. This will be episode 606. We're going to be shiny hunting for another Tirtouga. So, when I find the second shiny Tirtouga, I'll be evolving into Caracosta, and then I'll also be basing the name off just the Pokemon's shiny color. So, shiny Caracosta to me is like a sapphire blue. So I decided with the simple name Sapphire Costa. So that's what I'll be calling it whenever I find it. But anyway, the topic for this episode is by me. It is about Kirbys Dreamland. And it's pretty much, have you ever watched or played Kirbys Dreamland before? So, of course, I did today earlier, and it was great. It was really great. I don't think I've ever played that one before. It's a really interesting one. There's actually no, like, enemy power-ups. You actually get power-ups from, like, items that are on the ground. So it's really interesting. It's a really interesting game, and it's the first, I think, ever Kirby game that's like that. The whole platforming thing. You like inhaling the enemies and then just like flying up like the basic Kirby. But it was the old-fashioned one. It was like the black and white. It was really cool. It really brought me back. Obviously, I'm not that old, but I'm just saying. It's just really cool those kind of games, just experiencing the ones that are pretty old and they still like end up being fun because if they're just the same type of games, it's just like their older original versions. It's still really fun. So yeah, I'm just curious to know if you've ever heard of it or even played it before. Because yeah, just like I said, I have earlier today. I probably have a while ago, but specifically recently earlier today. So yeah, it was good. It was good. So anyways, when I was leaving off in the last episode, I was talking about the whole what game left off on and everything. But still, that whole asparagus thing, it was really just that's why I'm saying I don't know if I've said that as well. The whole thing about me being a decently smart person, but just my whole life, I the most obvious things sometimes, and just straight up normally, I just am so like overconfident, over prideful of my own abilities, and I just think that there's no way that I'm missing anything or nothing's wrong because I usually am super prepared for just whatever. But yeah, just just that whole thing with the asparagus, like literally, that's literally probably would have happened. I would have just thought that was normal because I'm so used to that smoky burnt smell of like the cooking that I cook. Um, the cooking that I cook? What? That doesn't really make sense. Like the stuff that I make when I'm cooking for like the cooked asparagus and then steamed broccoli. It's like a lot of steam and smoke and everything. So it's pretty normal for me. That's just how I normally cook it, and I enjoy it. Like I said, my taste buds are pretty screwed up. I don't know why. I just like burnt things really, and I just like the darkness taste of it. But anyways, besides that, so yeah, I don't think if there was no smoke alarms or anything like that, or no one in the house with me, I feel like I would have straight up just passed out and died because I didn't think anything was wrong. I literally was just when it was cooling down, I was just eating a pickle and some watermelon, and then once I was done with that, then I was going to turn the fan off because that's how I usually wait for the smoke to clear and everything because it takes a little bit of time to eat both those things. Um, but anyways, yeah. So I was just doing that, but then yeah, like my mom came down, and obviously you know the story from the last episode. But it's crazy because I didn't think that anything was wrong. I would have just thought that was normal, and I probably would have died that day if no one else was in the house with me because I just was so confident in my abilities. I was like, no, nothing's gonna be wrong, I'm sure. So yeah, just I guess that's how you know when you're really, really prideful, and that could be a bad thing, but also is a decently good thing because obviously you don't really want to give up that much. I've given up a lot of things in my life, but I'm kind of with the whole getting back into games thing because I mastered. Well, I don't want to say completely mastered my anger, but I mastered it to a great amount to where I really don't get angry. I just like suppress it to like depression and sadness, and then that easily I can get over it. So it's pretty great because back in the day, I used to be a completely different person. I used to be like super angry all the time, just taking my anger out on like physically or just mentally, and just being super angry all the time. like the games I played or the experiences in life, but I just learned to control all that, so it's pretty great. It probably would take a lot of the time for people who to like transform from that state into like a pure calm state most of the time. I mean, sometimes you get annoyed or something, or you just get sad. That's whatever. But as long as you don't really get super angry or just like angry in general, you can usually just keep yourself in a calm, balanced life. So yeah, but I mean that you can choose to do that. I'm just saying that's how it is with me. So it's very interesting. So I'm getting back into these things, and I'll get into the more advanced other games that I would don't mind trying, like Mega Man series, Metroid series, Final Fantasy. I'm getting sort of into Final Fantasy. I just decided to avoid the ones that were like the non-RPG ones, the ones that you actually just move around and stuff, like and fight in the overworld, not in like RPG style where it like goes into a battle and then you take turn based. I'll eventually get into that, but I want to clear out the games that I have for now. And once I do that, then I'll go ahead and go to those games because I do have Mega Man X on my Wii, and then I have the original Metroid on my Wii. I already went through that, and I just got as far as I could, and I didn't know where else to go. I don't want to look up the stuff. I'll just eventually do that on stream, and then you all can help me if you want, just so it's like extra bonding. Um, and then the Final Fantasy One, I do have that on my Wii as well. I remember playing that as a ROM the last time I played that game, and I just quit it because it was so tough against one of the four final bosses in the cave. I beat one of them, but barely, and then the other ones I just could not beat. It was insane. Like one shot from them, and they would take down my whole team. It was absolutely insane. I was able to do a lot of damage, but they just pretty much in one or two turns they just destroyed my entire team. So I just really don't understand it. And the whole thing with the Mario and Luigi Partners in Time game, how I decided to play that, and how I usually just go in those RPG games like how you heard me talk about Superstar Saga and Bowser's Inside Story. I pretty much the stat that I always go with is just the attack stat because in that game you can choose to be really good at dodging, or if you're not, you'll just get hit most of the time and then most likely faint anyways. Um, anyways, yeah. So with that game, I decided I'll be taking turns with stats, basing off of the attack and then the defense. So I will be doing the attack first, and then the stat I do after that will be the defense, and I'll keep switching off between them so that I'm equaled out in them, so that that'll be all good. It may take a lot longer the battles because I won't only have the attack stat raised up, but I mean I guess it'll be a lot safer as well. It's a kind of a new approach, but the last time that I played Partners in Time, then when I got to that whole thing where it's like the abandoned Toad Town in the past, that was like destroyed and it had like all the ones like destroyed enemies. Those were the ones that just if you I don't know what was it about those enemies like their whole attack pattern when you got them damaged enough it got their like functions opposite so that like normally would have like them showing up a green flag or a red flag and that would be signaling green being Luigi, Mario being the red. So anyways, when you it's like something with that you like choose to jump up or something, and then if you jump with the wrong one, like if they're raising a red flag, you're supposed to jump with the Mario because there's normal Mario and then there's the baby Mario. It's like the same Luigi. There's like that's what's so cool about Partners in Time, and I'm really excited to get back into it. But that would be one of the games, like I said, I'll play last out of all of the ones that I have for now, just because those will take the longest because they're like RPG type games. But yeah, but anyways, so yeah, I will be doing that. That's just my strategy for that game. And hopefully it will work. If not, I'll keep grinding levels until I get past that whole thing. I don't mind. I'll do that if I have to. But my whole strategy, I think it'll work well because I have a lot more defense. It's not as much as attack, of course. Half as much as attack as I usually would because I would have only picked the attack stat to level up for the stats whenever I do level up them. But yeah, I'll see how it goes. Eventually, like I said, when it actually, when I actually play it, then I will, because it'll be a while, of course. Um, but anyways, yeah. What else did I want to say? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of the other things I did yesterday besides the whole Yoshi's Island thing and then the learning a bit more about the ROM hack. Oh, that's the other thing that I did. So I tried to get the Android emulator on my RAM drive. Well, not my RAM drive. I call it RAM drive just so it can hopefully act as another storage system. My flash drive, that's what it is. So anyway, pretty much I tried to download that because I really wanted to play Pokemon Quest. But for some reason, I guess my flash drive can't have programs on it, like store related programs. Because I back in the day when I first got that flash drive, I say back in the day like it was huge a long time ago, but it was like a year or so ago. Um, that I got the flash drive for this certain reason, just to use it as an extra storage for like games. But obviously, stuff like the flash drive, they eventually burn out, and then stuff that you do play on there would get pretty laggy. So I was able to do that with a lot of emulators and stuff, and Steam games like Left 4 Dead 2, and then some other games I got illegally for free, Scribblenauts and Plants vs Zombies. I just got a bunch of different games that I was able to get on there, but like I said, eventually when the whole thing where I started to see it like lagging those games a lot that were on the flash drive, I noticed and realized that I can't do that anymore on that flash drive. So now, of course, I just use it for like passing files on there temporarily, and then whenever I get done with those files, I just delete them. So, anyways, yeah, that's the whole thing with that. So for some reason, I just tried like almost the whole day to pretty much get that all sorted. I mean, I'll try to get it again later today, but I don't think it's gonna work. I just straight up don't think that my flash drive can act as its own storage in that way to where it can run apps. Like, if I wanted to try to get Steam on there, it won't like save the stuff from Steam on there. It'll just like have it on there, but it'll save it to my main computer. And that's what it's been saying. Like, I'm trying to install the program BlueStacks with like the emulator to be able to play Android games and stuff on your computer. So I try to do that, and then every time when I try to download it, install it on my RAM drive, my I call it RAM drive, but it's called flash drive. It's just I nicknamed it that so it can act as another storage unit. It just doesn't do that. It just tries to keep downloading to the computer. And then even when I change the program directories and the registry editor, which is like really complicated. Yeah, I had to look up how to do that. I just put it to RAM drive, the one that is called for my flash drive, and yeah, it was just not doing that still. It just wasn't installing to there, and it was really frustrating because I clearly have, like, it says I have like 28 gigabytes on my flash drive, so it clearly has enough space. It says, oh, you need at least 5 gigabytes to install it, but then no, it just wasn't doing it. So it was so stupid. I'll keep trying today. I'm going to try to do like a method to where I can download Pokemon Quest, and then I'll just put that on my RAM, my flash drive, and then maybe that will work. I don't know, because I don't even have enough space to get it on my Kindle. That's the problem. I might just go ahead and clear out my Kindle space, like copy everything, like game-wise, like my emulators and all that, and programs. Well, probably not my programs. Not the ones that I like downloaded on the Kindle from the App Store. But I'll put all the ones that I just like got from that. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta look up how much memory I need though. I really don't know. It's gonna be complicated, but I think I'll be able to do it for sure. It might take a lot of steps, but I'm willing. And I gotta clean my room today too, so I'm probably not gonna have that much time anyways. Alright, I'll be ending off episode 606.